Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the video tonight, we're going to make a quick and simple all occasion child's gift. So this is going to be for a little girl. I'm going to start with this box. This is a shallow box. It came from BJ's Wholesale Club. It just had some cans of tuna fish in there. I like using these shallow boxes that hold canned goods and or sometimes drinks come in them as well. And I'm going to wrap it with this paper that I got from Party City when they were going out of business. Like a fool, being cheap. You know, being cheap has its downfalls as well. I know on Shant the Queen Facing, go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She does a morning show most weekdays and some weekends as well at 8 o'clock in the morning. Big shout out to Shant. Most of my subscribers when I first started this show came from Shant the Queen Facing. She used to sing my name. She always does that. She sings Never in a Million. I'm not going to try to attempt to do what she does. But just from being on that live each day and her singing my name, and sometimes she would ask people to go subscribe to new basket makers. That's how I amassed my subscribers in the beginning. Big shout out to Sean. But I'm going to show you a gift, a very simple gift that I like to do with children items. These are all brown dot items. Well, there's some yellow dots. So these are all penny items that I got from a dot sale at Dollar General. And I am going to end up just using the items that we're talking about now in a gift, just a simple gift. This gift does very well for me during Christmas time and Valentine's, and I think it will do very well this season, this holiday season coming up. But what I was going to say is, me being cheap is why I left all those rolls of wrapping paper at Party City when they were going out of business. Big regret. I wish I would have got them. But yeah, so I often am very cheap when I'm buying things, or like So Classy says, frugal. I just call it plain old cheap. But I said all that to say that on Shant's Live, she was like, oh, I want to shop with Never in a Million. I need to shop like her. There's a downside to shopping cheaply. You can miss out on things. I don't really plan so much for the future. I am really work with a small stockpile. Use what you have. Replenish if need be. I don't like to amass a lot of things. And kids' gifts sell good for me during Valentine's and Christmas. But Easter, I'm not really a good Easter basket maker, I guess. Or the people in my area don't want to pay those prices, and toys can be expensive. Okay, so I basically built this gift in the first 3 minutes of this video. I have in here a beanie pillow that I got on Brown Dot when they pennied out. I don't buy kids things at 90%. I don't buy kids things at half off or clearance event. I only buy kids items when they penny out. And that's one reason is because I told you guys I don't sell a lot of kids gifts. So I try to invest very little for kids items. And that could be one of the reasons why I don't sell Easter baskets that great, because I don't want to put a large investment into children's items. But right now, I know everything still has its price tag on it, and I'm going to see how this fits in the bag. I usually, when I'm building my boxes, like I have a box that has like a display box, or that's the base of the gift, I usually try to build it inside the bag, what I should have done to start with. But I want to make sure that all this fits in the bag. If you want to know the size of this bag, it is one of the sizes that LBE, Love Basket Express, seems like every year she does a video where she talks about bag sizes. She did one very recently within this last 2 or 3 weeks, talking about the bag sizes that she uses. And I just click all the links on there, and I put all my bags in one tote. So I'm saying that to say I don't know the size of this bag. The label is long gone. I do not know the size of this bag. I just stick all the bags. I keep saying this because a lot of times you'll ask, and it's not me being rude. I just physically don't know the size, okay? I stick all my bags in one container, and I pull them out, and I literally hold them up to a gift or a box, and then I know that it can be fit in there, okay? So I don't know, maybe even LB could tell you just by looking at this what size this gift is bag. I also have this headband here. I have been trying to use this exact headband for like, a whole year. But it just never either seems to fit or goes with the gift. Like, I feel like this is a little bit older, like too young for somebody who would need these hair bows and like unicorns. So I actually just took that out. These hair bows came during what I like to call the penny triathlon. Last fall. Usually yellow dot will go during the fall of the year. And so I'll use that. And these just went on the last brown dot sale. Brown dot usually pennies around Easter time or a little bit after Easter, early summer. And so that's when I got these, when they pennied out, and I was able to find this. And I go to a lot of stores, guys. I don't just go to my neighborhood store. I travel all around. Like, I found this hooded throw at a totally different city than I found one of these beanie pillows. I got like tons of these beanie pillows with the unicorns on them. I say tons. I think it's like 6. And then I'm taking the price tags off. But like I said, I didn't get these out the same store. I got them in different stores, maybe even different cities. That's another thing. When Sean was talking about, I'm going shopping with Never in a Million, you'll be tired because I would go from city to city. I go around. I go to different states sometimes, depending on what the item is, how good of a deal it is to me, what my stockpile inventory room is looking like, and what my needs are. And I know somebody is going to say, well, you're spending a lot of money in gas. I guarantee you that I probably filled up my car for $35. I don't have a big, huge car that I go shopping in. And I will tell you that this one gift will be probably in the $30 to $35 range. That's a sweet spot for me. And you can check back my old Christmas videos. I had to make these on Christmas Eve night because I just sold every single one of them. Yes. And so if I spent $35 for a tank of gas and can make it back in this one gift, and I know I got literally hundreds of brown dot items, I'm going to be driving every single time. Okay. So that's just me and how I do things. I always share on this channel from my point of view. So it's not a dig towards anybody. It's not, some people can't drive. Some people don't have the transportation, and that's totally understandable. And they do what works for them. And they give out good tips on their channel as well. So this is not a dig. It's just sharing my experience. And I know a lot of people are inquisitive on how I amass a lot of penny items. Okay. That's why I always share my receipt. It's not to brag. It's not to boast, but it's to let newbies know. It's to let people in our community know that this stuff can be done and it is out there. And I also talk about, for me, when I'm shopping, I like to talk about my shopping style, which is that I trust in the Lord to provide the things that I need for my business within my budget. And doing so has really changed the game for me. I don't operate in fear and thinking somebody's going to get it, so I need to buy it at this price. I don't operate in, get it now and you can use it 2 years from now. I don't really operate in that style. I don't operate in that kind of fear. I just try to think to myself, is this in my price range? Can I afford to do this? Can I afford to lose this money? This amount of money that I'm spending. And a lot of times we say, we often use this as a guarantee. My opinion is that this is no guarantee. If there is some catastrophic event on Christmas and Christmas Eve and nobody is out selling, buying gifts, I can't force them to. So I just don't want to donate a lot to that. Okay, so I am, wrapping up my bow choice colors here. Obviously, I went high and heavy with the teal. I used a pastel pink and then a hot pink. This hot pink is called Azalea, I believe. And then I think it's just called teal for this color, and then just regular pink for the other color. And this is a simple gift that I have. I left a lot of the tag on. I like to do that so people know that it's brand new, but it also explains exactly what it is. It's just a pillow, a little blanket with a hood on it, and some hair bows. And I think this is going to work perfectly for my customer. What I noticed during Christmas time is I had a lot of uncles and aunties and grandparents who were on their way to see their loved one. So a lot of times when we think about Christmas, we think about parents buying for kids. But I have realized in my area, only speaking to Never in a Million's area here, that my parents in my area have done their Christmas shopping by the time that I'm actually selling gifts. So we are looking for add-ons or people who are stopping to see kids or to see family members. I'm not selling to customers who are buying for their children. They typically have pre-planned that. They have the items, they have them wrapped already underneath a tree or plan to, have Santa deliver them already. And so they don't want, in my area, this is me specifically, they don't want huge toy bundles. They don't want, expensive items. I'm serving, I keep saying we, and maybe I mean me and my family. We're serving people who are stopping on the way to grandma's house for dinner, and all the family is going to be there, and there's a couple of kids. We are providing gifts for people who have Christmas concerts. I had a lot of customers who, their little child or their little loved one was in a Christmas concert, and so they stopped and got them a little something for a job well done. Very small, inexpensive gifts that they're going to rack up and buy multiples, because when they go to grandma's house, they might have 4 or 5 nieces and nephews there, and they want to get a little something for each one of them to present them during Christmas, from them. And so they haven't really thought ahead and went shopping. They just stop by and want to see something that's cute and affordable, And I happen to make my money because they tend to buy in multiples, At a $35 price range, it is not uncommon for them to buy 5 or 6, load up the back of their car, and then drive off. And then I'll see them the next holiday, So this is how this gift turned out. It was a 3-cent investment, bag and bow, less than $1 for this entire gift, and I will probably sell this one 30 to 35. I'm not really completely sure. There is no actual toy in it, but there is a blanket. Retail value, honestly, is only $15. Each one of these items, I think, were $5 when I was taking the price tag off. So we'll play it by ear, but I know it's not going to be less than $25. I'm really thinking 30. All right, guys. I'm tired. I lectured a whole day today at work with students. My voice is kind of shaky, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. Nope, I doesn't want to grab something to eat before I go to bed. All right, good night, guys. This was a little chat, I guess, as well as me making a nice, inexpensive concept. I hope you guys were able to look at my short and do that deal for the detergent for $1.25 at Family Dollar. And I did shout out to all the subscribers who told me that the boxes were 27 cents and I paid 77 cents. And my cheap self wanted to take them back, but I didn't. But I did get some more of those gift boxes that I did on my other video last night, or last evening or afternoon. All right. Good night.